Aloha mai kākou. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kimo Kahoano. My dad was here on this day in 1941. On behalf of the 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor Mass Band and Choir, we'd like to welcome everyone to today's ceremony. This mass band event was created by and for Pearl Harbor survivor Alan Papael Bodenos. Alan spent his adult life speaking to America's youth. He volunteered at the San Diego Veterans Hospital for 18 years, and his vacations were spent twice yearly volunteering at the USS Arizona Memorial Visitor Center on Memorial Day And during the December 7th commemoration ceremonies, he told his stories and the story of Pearl Harbor to over 100,000 students and visitors to the memorial during his lifetime. Alan went home to be with his band of brothers on November 17, 2014. And his ashes were laid to rest here in the waters of Pearl Harbor on January 6, 2015. He will always live in the hearts and minds of those he touched because he never stopped giving to others. As a bugler stationed at Schofield Barracks on December 7, 1941, Alan was a band guy. He started the band at Schofield and always wanted to direct any visiting band. Although he is not physically here with us today, it is without doubt for those of us lucky enough to have known him, he is ready to direct the band we have gathered here today. We are here today to reflect and remember those like Alan who have passed on, those who sacrificed to enable their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren with the opportunity to present the world a gift through the universal language of music. Please welcome now Pastor, or as we say in Hawaiian, Kahu, Gordon Wong, to bless this program, paying tribute to those who paved the way for us to be together on this 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, one of the most historic days in our world's history. Kahu, Gordon Wong.
Today, we gather on hallowed ground. Here, 75 years ago, there was chaos, there was confusion, there was war. And the events that took place here on that day, 75 years ago, has shaped Hawaii into who we have become today. And through the trials and tragedy, the resilient spirit of our country, our state, our aina, our brave veterans and active duty servicemen and women, and all of the people of Hawaii, and with God's help, we have turned tragedy into triumph. And what brings everybody here today is to remember that division and war can be overcome by peace, respect, and aloha. The music is at the heart of this healing. Music brings all of us together here today, and over 1,600 band members and 150 choir members, the marching band, the color guard, all of the students who are gathered here today from across our country will show us how working together through great leadership and cooperation produces harmony, unity, and joy. So today, we can look up, we can look forward and celebrate together because we are aloha. I share with you an ancient blessing that dates back to the days of Moses as he shares with God's people. So please bow your heads with me. E pule kako, kia kua pume oi. Na Yehova oi e ho'omai ka imai, a e malama mai. Na Yehova e kau mai, I ka malama o kona maka. Maluna iho o a e loko mai kai, mai ia oi. Ho'onani I ka makua mau, ke kei me ka uhane no ke akua mau ho'omai ka ipu, ko keia a o, ko kela a o, amene, amene, amene. God bless you.
Mahalo Kahu. Yeah, nice hand for that. It's what it's all about, a great spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise now, remove your hats, and join in the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America. Conducting the mass band will be world-renowned composer Robert W. Smith, along with Michael Davis, director of the 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor Choir.
Bright star, through the peril
And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you kindly give your attention to the playing of the Hawaii State Anthem, Hawai'i Ponai. We now present the largest band ever assembled in Pearl Harbor. The 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor Mass Band and Choir is comprised of directors and students representing schools throughout the United States of America. 75 years ago today, two nations became involved in conflict. Throughout that conflict, its resolution, and the peace that followed, there were heroes summoned to serve from many walks of life. The Mass Band will now perform Summon the Heroes, composed by John Williams and conducted by distinguished educator Dr. Edwin Arnold. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we pay tribute to those we now know as the greatest generation who have sacrificed so much for world peace and freedom. In their honor, the mass band will present for the very first time an inspirational piece of music composed by world-renowned composer Robert W. Smith. Today, our narrator is one of the greatest generation, Colonel Arnald Gabriel, legendary commander and conductor of the United States Air Force Band. He served as a soldier in the United States Army and joined his fellow brothers in storming the beaches of Normandy on June 6, 1944. Most recently, Colonel Gabriel, along with 7 other members of the greatest generation, was awarded France's highest honor, Chevalier of the Legion of Honor, for his bravery in freeing France from occupation during World War II. France's highest honor. Please join in a round of applause for Colonel Gabriel and his comrades, present and past.
Born in a time of transition, promise, and prosperity, children of the early 20th century entered a world where anything seemed possible in America. In the aftermath of World War I, we saw America coming of age on all fronts. From the boom of Wall Street to the rise of major industry, the United States of America was quickly taking its place as the most powerful nation on earth. The Roaring '20s ushered in a new era of American dreams and indulgence. Popular culture was rich with entertainment and personalities like Babe Ruth and F. Scott Fitzgerald. Radio was broadcasting to the heart of America, while the Four Horsemen of Notre Dame became household names for their college football victories. Only history could tell us these were only temporary times, soon to be lashed by the winds of change and uncertainty. Shortly after the blackest of Mondays in October 1929, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was promising a new deal for America and declaring, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." While others in the world were plotting and sowing seeds of war, America spent most of the 1930s healing and growing. As the decade neared completion, we were once again entertained by major musical stars including Glenn Miller and Betty Goodman, while Clark Gable and Betty Davis lit up the silver screens across America. In 1949, we entered a new world of promise and prosperity, but it was clear to many that war would define this generation coming of age. On December 7th, 1941, the day that lives in infamy, Pearl Harbor was attacked. The news spread like wildfire across radio waves, changing the lives of all who heard it. America mobilized like no other society in history. In the weeks that followed, we sent our youth from all walks of life around the world in both directions, not to conquer, but to liberate. Farmers, truck drivers, miners, lawyers, and teachers from every ethnic background and religion joined the effort. FDR reminded us that we are now in this war. We are all in it all the way. Every single man, woman, and child is a partner in the most tremendous undertaking of our American history. Americans believed in the cause. The freedoms of speech, religion, and economic prosperity became our vision, not just for us, but for the entire planet. After a hard-fought battle such as Midway and Guadalcanal, America led the world on June 6, 1944, in the largest amphibious invasion in history, with Pearl Harbor as the beginning and the beaches of Normandy as the beginning of the end. This noble generation rose to heights not seen before or since. We invite the heroes that served our nation during World War II, as well as those that served on the home front, to stand with me, to stand up once again, united in purpose and passion for a greater world, a world in which we fought, dreamed, and shared with the generations to follow. Lift your hearts as we salute you, our heroes, America's greatest generation.
Colonel Gabriel, Robert W. Smith, for the greatest generation. As we pay tribute to the heroes of the greatest generation, we also want to remember and never forget those who have followed in their footsteps. As members of the United States Armed Forces, we thank you for protecting our freedoms. The mass band and chorus, under the direction of Colonel Gabriel and Michael Davis, will present our Armed Forces salute. If you serve or have served in the Armed Forces, please rise as your service song is being presented. The United States of America has long held the beauty of its homeland from sea to shining sea as sacred. These wonderful sounds ring true through the words and the music as the mass band and choir together perform America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful. We are very honored to feature our next group in performance. The Kilgore College Rangerettes from Kilgore, Texas, had their debut performance back in 1940 and have since performed on 4 continents, 11 foreign countries, 23 states, and for presidents in our nation's capital. Please join us in welcoming the world-famous Kilgore Rangerettes under the direction of Dana Blair as they perform to American Celebration. the Kilgore College Rangerettes. Okay, one more hand for the Kilgore College Rangerettes from Kilgore, Texas. Let us never forget December 7th, 1941. In memoriam, the mass band and choir present Eternal Father Strong to Save, the United States Navy hymn. Our heroes, the greatest generation, worked together to rebuild lives, countries, and to forge a mutual understanding throughout the world through education, business, and statesmanship. The 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor Mass Band and Choir are joined by acclaimed vocalist Jilla Webb in this wonderful song to the greatest generation who are here with us today. Let there be peace on earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let
Jilla Webb. We'd like to take this time to say mahalo to the United States USS Missouri Memorial Association, to the Board of Directors, to CEO Mike Carr, to CFO Tom Manuel, VP and COO Paul Dyson, and the staff and the volunteers who've come together with us for this great tribute. In conclusion, we would like to share this quote from the 72nd anniversary of Pearl Harbor, which is truly fitting for today's ceremony. Today, we are to remember and never forget what happened on this day so many years ago. Today, we are free. And we will show the world that we can work together so this never happens again in our lifetime or in the lifetime of our children or grandchildren. Our ancestors inspire us to make a world filled with love and peace, not to live in a world with fear, but with freedom. Freedom is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Freedom is the ability to speak freely. Freedom is to worship in our personal religion. These goals are worth working for. May we all remember and never forget Pearl Harbor. As we depart this commemorative program, Colonel Gabriel will lead the mass band to America's National March. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stars and Stripes forever. Ladies and gentlemen, aloha e malama pono ahui ho. Thank you very much for joining us in this ceremony. Now this is Hawaii, so I want you to look around at each other, and I want you to understand now you are one. You take care of each other. Have safe travels to all. And until we meet again, God bless you all. God bless America. Robert?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Pearl Harbor Mass Band and Choir, commemorating the 75th anniversary, thank you so much for being here today. Let's hear it for these kids from all over the United States of America. One more time. For the Pearl Harbor Mass Band and Choir, very quick instructions, please. I would like for you all to turn 90 degrees to the right. Tubas, take the bells down, put them down. Everybody turn 90 degrees to the right. That's going to include the Rangerettes. Okay, just stand there. There we go, there we go. Facing. There's about to be a photo that is going to be made from the far end with the Arizona in the background. We're going to need to pull the flags down the other side. There we go. We want to make sure we're not blocking faces in the back, please, Dr. Dalton. There we go. Excellent. There we go.
Drummer's coming. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Back up, we're ready here.